Hello, my name's Felicity Norman. I'm the Green Party's lead candidate in the coming European elections for the West Midlands region. Well, I think this whole expenses scandal has been an absolute disaster for politics. Sadly, it has given people the idea, as if they weren't pretty disenchanted already, that politics is bad news, whichever party you're looking at. We've certainly found a great deal of that out on the streets. We've been leafleting, we've been canvassing, we've been talking to people, and many people are saying to us, oh, you're all the same, we're not going to vote for any of you, which of course is very bad news. At the same time, we have had significant numbers who've come along and who said, well, I'm certainly thinking of one of the smaller parties, and others who said, yes, I would vote Green because, as far as I know, you've not been involved in all of that. Now, I see this as part of a much, much bigger issue. It's not just our politicians. It is, in fact, I think, the whole of our society which really needs to take a second look at what has been happening. Because for all too long, we've grumbled quietly in the background about massive bonuses for our bankers, massive bailouts. We've got very complacent indeed. I think we need to take some responsibility for what's been happening. But I think it's also true that smaller parties perhaps have a far better chance of beginning to put things right, of beginning to appeal to the public and beginning to offer fresh ideas for how we might go forward. Yes, we need to sort things out. Yes, we need a different way of doing politics. But I think that's what Greens are all about. We'd like to see a far greater, what we call real democracy in play. We're very keen on people being asked serious questions. We'd like to see referendum on certain issues. And we've always called for recall, to have this opportunity for people who are unhappy with their MP or indeed with their local councillor to have an opportunity to recall that person and put them to the vote and give people a chance to vote on whether or not they think they should stay. Now that seems to me to be one of the things we should be calling for. It's been done in other countries, it's been done quite successfully I believe, and it's certainly been part of Green Party policy for many, many years, and I'd like to see it come to the fore. I think there's a lot we can do. It is an opportunity, but what we cannot do is allow things to go back to where they were before. Openness, accountability, clear indications of what we'd like to do, and indeed when we've done it, of what we have done, publishing our expenses and all these things are what we need to show willing about. And I think people have had such a shock. Our politicians, I think, have really been so shocked that I am quite hopeful that we might be able to move in that direction. At the same time, of course, we need to make sure that everybody's vote counts, and that means some sort of a proportional system of electing our politicians, our representatives, and that's something which the main parties have dilly-dallied over, and of course when it hasn't been in their interest they have pushed it onto the back burner and it's been forgotten again. But I think now we are pushing more and more, and people are seeing that if we're really going to change politics, we've got to find a different way of electing our politicians as well as a different way of doing that politics.